Is it true that the Chinese government likes to put American tourists in prison for no reason? Hi/you/throwaway2928383833. We noticed you are a pretty new Reddit account, so we just wanted to let you know to check out the subreddit rules here. https://www.reddit.com/r/no-stupid-questions/wiki/rules and maybe have read through our frequently asked questions. https://www.reddit.com/no-stupid-questions/wiki/index/FAQ. They make for fascinating reading. We're called No Stupid Questions because we believe nobody needs to be attacked for asking a question, but asterisk that doesn't mean there are no rules. Asterisk this sub is meant for users like you to ask genuine questions. Please don't ask jokes or rants disguised as questions. That's not in the spirit of this sub. While you can ask almost anything here, please keep illegal and offensive questions elsewhere to give people a good experience here, and if you have a medical question, please ask your doctor, not us. Otherwise, welcome. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. /message/compose/question2 =r/no-stupid-questions if you have any questions or concerns. Asterisk. Literally millions of Americans visit China every year. I think as long as you follow the rules, you have nothing to worry about. It's not common, no. My sister went with her Chinese half-brother to China. They had a great time. A friend went with her mom who was in a wheelchair. They had a fine time too. I think if you just be happy tourist and don't stray too far off the beaten path, you will be fine. I spent a semester studying in Beijing. My dad goes to Shenzhen for business once a month, and I have a friend who taught English and played on a pro soccer team in Shanghai for 2 years. We're all American. The sketchiest thing that happened to me was I got held up for an hour at Kunming Airport after returning from week-long trip to Kathmandu because my passport was falling apart from accidentally washing it a couple times. You'll be fine. They also don't hate Americans. They hate the Japanese law. You have 2 kids with this person and you're still listening to propaganda over her. God, I feel sorry for her. Listen to your wife instead of fear-mongering stories on the news. Good Lord. Let me ask you, OP, what would you say if you read a question here asking about going to America and saying, I heard if I go to America I'd get shot because everyone has guns? Can it happen? Maybe, but the odds are pretty low. With a Chinese wife and kids, your chances are really low too of getting arrested for no reason. Americans visit China all the time. Lots even live and work there with no issues. You'll be fine as long as you use common sense, don't break the law, insult the government, etc. Your wife is literally from China. She would know better than any of us how Americans are treated over there. If she says it's safe to go, then she's probably right. I've been to Beijing. You have nothing to fear as long as you aren't planning on breaking laws. Go. Do things like a normal tourist. Well, I know an American Chinese guy who took his weed on board and got caught in China. He got at the most a light slap on the wrist, a firm talking to, and had the police visit his home in China. He's safely back home in the US. Chinese family helped. Speaking the language helped. He was an idiot of epic proportions. You don't be an idiot and you'll be fine. The amount of foreigners going to China and the amount that get arrested is very small. Even with Europeans, I doubt someone could tell if you were from America versus the UK. No, dude. Americans go to China all the time. There are propaganda efforts here to make you fear them though. Short answer, no. Millions of people visit every year. There is no reason for them to arrest and detain you. Unless you are planning to go there and try to incite violence or something, you will be fine. Never mind the bad publicity and international incident that the detainment would cause. Heck, Even people who do go there with malicious intentions are probably just going to be deported. It's a wonderful country, enjoy the trip. People don't hate Americans generally speaking, though in a country of over 1 billion you will obviously find people who do. What kind of brainwashing fake news shit is this? Maui? No. Go to China and realize that while there is loads of problems and human rights issues, a lot of the extremes you hear in the U.S. and Western world are propaganda, lol. You're tripping balls. However, I have heard on the news of Americans being there detained for no reason. There will nearly always be a reason, mostly it's breaking a law that would not be seen as a law where you come from. Many Americans believe their American rights extend to them visiting a foreign country. U.S. rights and laws don't extend to other countries, especially adversary ones or ones without extradition treaties. What many Americans call being detained for no reason is different rules about being detained. In other countries, by being at the scene of a crime, you can be detained while an investigation occurs and prevented from leaving the area. This from the UK. https://www.youtube.com/watchquestion v = rhg2drs08v8 being an example. So it's not really no reason, it's just not a reason the US legally uses. Absolutely untrue. More than that, it's absurd. If anything, I found Chinese policemen to be far more lenient with foreigners than they were with citizens. I remember a particular day when I was near the city wall in Xi'an. A lot of people were launching lanterns, and the police were aggressively preventing people from doing so. A couple gave me one, and instead of ripping it from my hands as they were doing with the citizens, the policeman took his time to kindly explain to me in English that it was actually illegal and politely asked me to give him my lantern. The only foreigners I frequently saw getting in trouble with the authorities were Canadians, who felt that certain drugs being legal at home entitled them to consuming them in China.